Om Shanti and a very good morning to everyone. Today's Murli is dated 2nd February 2012, and the title of today's Murli is Now Become an Authority of the Experience of Being an Embodiment of Remembrance. With volcanic yoga, give everyone the cooperation of the rays of light and might. Today, Bab is seeing his small world of souls in front of him and of everywhere else and is pleased. Although this world is small, it is very lovely because each and every soul of this world is an elevated soul. The small world that Baba's talking about is the Brahman world. It is these souls who are a handful out of multi-millions. It is these souls who have a right to the Father's inheritance. Bap Dada is pleased to see every child. Each and every child is a king child. Bap Dada has made each child one, who has a right to self-sovereignty and a right to the sovereignty of the world. At this time, all are those who have self-sovereignty. That is, they are the kings of the mind, intellect, sanskars, and the physical senses. You are not influenced by the senses. You are also masters of your minds. In the same way, does each one of you children consider yourself to be a master of the mind and also a master of the sanskars? It is not sometimes you are the master of your mind and sometimes your mind is your master. Is it? You say, my mind. You do not say, I, the mind. We don't say that we are the minds. We say we have a mind. So you are the master of that which belongs to you. Check that the mind does not become the master sometimes. At this time, Bap Dada has seated each one on the seat of those who have the right to self-sovereignty. You are self-sovereigns at the present time, and the future kingdom is yours anyway. You have a right to double sovereignty. Bap Dada is seeing that, together with having a right to self-sovereignty, every child also has self-respect. So, sit with the awareness of I am a soul with self-respect. So let's take a moment and constitute ourselves to sit in this awareness right now. I am a soul with self-respect. You will see how such a long list of titles of self-respect comes in front of you. A garland of many types of self-respect comes in front of you, does it not? Bap Dada has garlanded every child with a garland of self-respect. As soon as you hear of the word self-respect, the different titles of self-respect come into your awareness, do they not? Just remember how great your self-respect is in the eternal form. Have you gone into your eternal form? Baba's asking. Each one's self-respect is, I am a sparkling soul with the Father. मैं बाप के साथ चमकने वाला एक सितारा हूँ. Because of having the Father's company, you are special, sparkling souls. Can you see that? In the sky too, some stars have a special sparkle. In the same way, because of being with the Father, you are sparkling souls. Do you remember your eternal form? Can you stabilize yourself in your eternal form in a second? Can you stabilize yourself in your eternal form in just a second? Now, stabilize yourself in that eternal form in a second, for 1 second. You become so intoxicated. Now move forward. You have now come to the beginning of the world cycle. Perform this drill. See your form at the beginning of the golden age. Visualize, picturize yourself at the beginning of the golden age. It is such an elevated form, an embodiment of happiness. It is a form of being an embodiment of all attainments. There is no name or trace of sorrow. Even the elements are so beautiful and satoguni. Just experience your Devi Devta Swarup, the deity form. Can you see your own form? Whether someone is a king, a great soul, or a politician, have you seen anyone who is an embodiment of all attainments? Look and be in the experience of how fortunate and blessed we are. So, stabilize yourself in your deity form for a second. You enjoy being in your self-respect, do you not? I am a deity. So today's homework is going to be to stand and stabilize yourself in self-respect. Bap Dada is conducting this drill. Then come down. Which age is it? I was talking about the copper age. In the copper age too, your self-respect is of being worthy of worship. Your form is worthy of worship. Can you see your worthy of worship form? Everyone worships you with so much devotion and discipline. No one else is worshipped with such discipline. Whether someone is the founder of a religion, a guru, a politician, or an actor, No one else is worshipped with such discipline. So, did you see your self respect? Did you experience it? Now, travel and come down to the confluence age. Are all of you going around the cycle? Are those who are sitting at the back going around the cycle? Raise your hands. Look at your self respect because you are those who have a right to self sovereignty, do you not? At the confluence age, God Himself, the Master Himself, fills the lives of you children with the speciality of purity. This purity is the mine of all type of imperishable happiness. Who made you become this? No one else but God Himself. Even now, you have received as practical proof the, the property of purity from the Father. Now, check. Purity is the basis of all attainments. All of you have become master almighty authorities through purity. So check. Have I attained all powers? Some children say the Father has given all the powers, but the power that we need sometimes comes a little time later. It comes when the situation is over. What is the reason for that? The Father gave it to you as a blessing from day one, but in spite of that, it doesn't come to you at the time of need. What could be the reason of that? What is the reason for that? The reason is you are not seated on the seat of the awareness of being a master, almighty authority. An order is only obeyed when it is given by someone seated on the seat of his position. That is why anyone who is in a position, even in the Lokik world, be it in any organization or be it a politician or anyone, the respect is given to the seat, the title. The moment that person retires from that place or is no longer that place, they will not be commanding that respect. Same way, you're not seated on the seat of the awareness of being a master, almighty authority. An order is only obeyed when it is given by someone seated on the seat of his position. So Baba is giving us a reminder to get seated in that seat with the belief and the experience that I am a master, almighty authority. Whenever you order any power, first check. Am I on the seat of awareness? Am I seated on the seat of self-respect? Stabilize yourself on the seat of awareness and see that all the powers are bound to come to you at the time of need. Because the Almighty Authority Father has made you into Master Almighty Authorities. So you're moving along while having imbibed such powerful self-respect, are you not? Have you seen your self-respect? Where will you go after the confluence age? You will be on the return journey, will you not? This is why Bap Dada wants each one of you to continue to perform this exercise throughout the day. Make time for this again, again, and again, and again, ongoingly. By garlanding yourself with the garland of self respect and by your experiencing it, Bap Dada has given you a right to self sovereignty. It is not that you keep on ranting that I am a master almighty authority, I'm a master almighty authority. Just speaking about it is not going to be enough. Each and every cell of your system must believe that that is who you are. Therefore, it is not possible that self-respect would not obey your orders. Simply remain seated on your seat. Bap Dada saw that everyone does pay attention, but now set your daily timetable on a regular basis. And in that timetable, look that every now and then you stabilize yourself in the form of the awareness of your self-respect. For instance, just as you do traffic control, in the same way, for the awareness of self-respect, fix a regular time in your routine to have the awareness from the beginning period till the return journey. You can do this while walking and moving around because it is only your mind that you have to sit on the seat. So, like how we have traffic control, let's take up another practice of putting it in our existence, in our calendars, maybe as a reminder, as an alarm on the mobile, or as a screensaver on your desktop or your laptop, or if you're referring to notes throughout the day, that's what I do. I keep on reading the Murli points through the day, the first page of the book, whatever that hits your eye, maybe putting it on the mirror or on the cupboard, wherever it hits your eye, you put it up that I am a master, almighty authority, and I stand in my self-respect. Bab Dada saw, and you were told earlier too, that all of you do have yoga. But what is needed now? Seeing the conditions of the delicate times, you were also told earlier that volcanic yoga, which will do double the work, is needed now. So as we are coming closer in the conference age, we have to increase the momentum of everything that we are doing. We have enough knowledge in our system by now. The increase of the level of yoga, an increase in the level of your dharnas, the practices of application of the values, and an increase of being of service, of seva, which can become ongoing by you operating from each and everything that you do is coming from the context of being of service. Not that only at certain times when you do certain things, you say, "Acha, main seva ke liye ja raha hu." No, each and every deed that you do is coming from being of service. Each and every deed that you do is coming as something that you're practicing as a dharana. Firstly, you will be able to cremate your old sanskars. At present, you kill your sanskars, but you do not burn them. Ravan's effigy is getting burnt every year, year after year. But something that you cremate doesn't come back. So burning is not enough. You got to cremate it. Even after killing them, they sometimes awaken. Just as Ravan is not just killed but also burnt. The same way, you have to cremate your old sanskars, which every now and then reduce the intense effort. For this, you need to have Jwalamukhi Yoga, the volcanic yoga, where there is no chance of it coming back. Firstly, for yourself. To start with, you burn the old sanskars and cremate them. Through volcanic yoga, you become a form of light and might. And secondly, because you are in that form, you can give others cooperation through your rays. You can only give something that you have. So the first one to be contributed to is to be your own self. So now, have you all transformed your yoga into volcanic yoga? Baba's asking. Now, according to the time, as we are all experiencing, all souls around us need our cooperation. The need is getting higher and higher as the days are passing by. Your responsibility, our responsibility to make ourselves available and capable to take care of them is increasing by the day. Hence, the need of volcanic yoga. At Amrit Vela, Bab Dada gives love to every child. Bab Dada sees that you keep a very good aim and you also maintain courage. However, much attention you have at Amrit Vela reduces during the day. What is the reason for this? When you're engaged in performing action, and you do have to perform actions as a karma yogi, there is a difference. You're not those who simply have yoga, but you are those who have a yogi life. A life is for all time, not only sometimes. So, what does Babdada want now? Generally, many of you have passed in the subject of love. In the subject of love, the Father saw that the majority of you experience love by saying, Mera Baba, Mera Baba, my Baba, my Baba. The majority of you have passed in the subject of love. What do you have to pass in now? Now, we all have to pass in becoming equal to the Father. What do all of you want? Do all of you want to become equal to the Father? Or will the Father remain the Father and you are just the children? Baba's asking, do you want to become Bab Saman? Or do you want to yet keep him on the pedestal and say, no, we are not like you, we cannot be like you? What does it mean to have love? It means you definitely have to do what the person you love tells you to do. All of you love the Father, and the Father loves you. If so, raise your hands. Baba's asking, you have love? Good. So now, just as you have love, Bap Dada wants you to have the aim of becoming equal to the Father. Raise your hands for this. You have this faith and you raise your hands very well too. And Bap Dada is seeing this. Bap Dada wants each and every child to be visible as one who is happy and has the fortune of happiness through the face and activity. Because according to the time, your face will do a lot of service, cleansing your aura, raising your bar of your self-respect, ongoingly experiencing staying in the position of being a master almighty authority, doing seva with drishti. Your face will do a lot of service. There will be a need for this. Bab Dada wants you to keep the aim for this from now. As it is now the Platinum Jubilee, everyone has the zeal and enthusiasm to do service. In the same way, you should have the enthusiasm to serve through your face because day by day, delicate times are definitely going to come. This Murli is of 2012, we are in 2022, and in 10 years, we can see the difference. So times are not going to come, time is already come. At such a time, your face should make souls cheerful. Today, Bapdada toured around at Amritvela, and what did he see? You all sit with your own interest, but the greatest authority of all is the authority of your own experience. Baba saw that you sit, but you have to be an authority of experience. You sit with that awareness, but you should experience being an embodiment of that awareness. Just having the knowledge of that awareness is not enough. But you being in the experience of being an embodiment of that awareness. You experience the bliss of being an authority of experience for a short time. You think that you are seated on Bab Dada's heart throne, but to experience yourself as an embodiment of that awareness and be lost in that experience, this has to be increased even more because the authority of experience is the greatest authority of all. To remain as an embodiment of awareness is said to be an experience. So become lost in that experience. There's a difference in being lost in that experience. The difference between us and the people out there in the world is that people in the world are lost. They don't have a focus, they don't have a direction. They don't know what they're doing, they don't know where they're going. They don't know how to get things turned around. So the loss that Baba's talking over here is in the intoxication of that experience of being an embodiment of awareness. Stay in the experience of the form that you have in your awareness. This is needed a lot more because an experience is never forgotten. That is why you may remember things that even happened in your childhood. This is needed a lot more because an experience is never forgotten. Sometimes you try to relate something through someone else's experience because experience has an impact. That is why if you see something, an experience someone else is having, it connects you with the experience that you may have had. You keep yourself as an embodiment of the awareness of a particular form, so become lost in that experience. That experience helps a lot in your efforts too. Bap Dada saw that you are number wise in being authorities of experience. So now pay greater attention to the practice of being an authority of experience. Be attentive, be agile. The stage of being an embodiment of experience is always merged within, and the face and activity of such a soul does service. See how your face is when you're upset, angry, dejected. You may not really need to tell people if you're feeling low, your face will be a giveaway. Your expressions will be a giveaway. That is why people come and ask us, Kya hua hai? What's happened to you? The same way, be in that embodiment of experience, be an embodiment of that experience, and the face shall speak for itself. And such a soul does service. Today, Babdada was seeing the record of the children. Firstly, pay more attention to having volcanic yoga, through which you will receive help in transforming your nature and sanskars. Even now, your sanskars, which you call your nature, do their own work every now and then. Babdada is otherwise pleased with what? Do you know what Babdada is pleased with? Babdada saw that you, as you have been listening to the Murlis, nowadays you are paying more attention to your timetable. Very nicely, subtly, Baba says, Babdada is otherwise pleased. So that to the extent the journey that is yet to be covered, the road is that to be traveled, is the place where we all have to make Babdada pleased as well. Babdada saw that as you have been listening to the Murlis, nowadays you are paying more attention to your timetable. Your attention has increased, and the tension of your sanskars will continue to be reduced. The more the attention, the lesser the tension. Babdada also told you earlier that whenever there is tension, simply add an A, and there will be a tension. Every one of us has to return. This is a firm promise, and we will all return together and we will all rule together. That is final. Are, are all of you happy, Baba is asking? Or are you only happy sometimes? Those of you who believe that you are always happy, not sometimes, but always, raise your hands after thinking carefully. Acha, you're raising your hands after consideration. Happiness is something that belongs to you. Why should you lose something that belongs to you? So, what will you do now? You have to move forward. What shall we do now? Is it possible for every center to remain free from obstacles and free from waste thoughts? Is it possible? Or do you need time for this? Until now, Baptada has not received a report from any center that their center is constantly free from obstacles and their companions as well. Not just yourself, but your companions too. That time will also come. It will happen because it is you children who have to become this, no one else. There isn't anyone else as an example who has come at the end and will become an intense effort maker and go ahead. It is all of you, all of us, as the majority who have to go ahead. Bab Dada saw the majority of you have love for the Murli, and that is why all of you are here. However, just as Jagdamba demonstrated in her practical life, Baba's talking about Mama, whatever the father says has to be done, no questions. She kept that aim and also paid attention to that effort. We don't always do that. We would yet have our acquired sanskars, what we call as nature, which Baba pointed out earlier. We will have our attachments come in the way. We will have our skepticism come in the way. And that's the place to grow. Your didis and dadis who have gone into the advanced party also paid that attention. And that is why they are in the advanced party. And they are now waiting for you. They're waiting for us. They're all asking, when will the gates to completion open? It is not just one or two who are going to open the gates. So now make effort to bring the time close to open the gates. Look, whenever you want to be of service, say you're at the center or you're at an event or anywhere where you want to be of service, wherever you see that someone requires help, you will immediately go over there and be of support. The same way, this gate has to be opened. And it is not only those one or two who would go and open. No, it is all of us who need to collectively go and open the gate. Profoundly, Baba says to become complete means to bring the time close. Acha. Bab Dada is giving love from his heart to all the children everywhere. Together with that, Bab Dada is also reminding all of you about the homework that he has given for 2 months. Why? Generally, these waste thoughts make your efforts ordinary instead of making them intense. Therefore, together with love and remembrance, Bab Dada is reminding all the children everywhere. Now, the time of the confluence age is so beautiful and elevated. It is only at the confluence age that you will receive all the treasures from the Father. Every second of the confluence age is great. Therefore, always keep the value of the confluence age in your intellects. 1 second of the confluence age enables you to have so much attainment. What would you reply to someone who asks you, what have you received? There is nothing lacking in the hearts of us Brahmins. There is nothing lacking. It's a Sampurna Avastha. We have attained that which we wanted. We actually got the knowledge of what all we don't want, which we felt so far that we need. We've attained everything. Now, use that. Become an intense effort maker and bring time close. Acha, Bab Dada is seeing that everyone has enthusiasm. So, constantly continue to increase this enthusiasm. Constantly, ongoingly. Continue to increase this enthusiasm. Contribute to yourself first. Be an embodiment of that experience. Let your chehra, chal, and chalan speak for itself. And be completely available to contribute to each and every soul that needs what we have got. Acha, Om Shanti. We will stop here. Take a pause, take a few moments to reflect on these wonderful words of wisdom of this learning. Take a pause and come back. All right. You can unmute yourself and be ready to share.
Om Shanti. Good morning, everyone. Very beautiful Murli, where my Baba said that we need to pass in becoming equal to the Father by by cleansing our aura, being in the position of Master Almighty Authority, and doing seva, doing the seva by giving drishti and serving through our face. And our face should make the other souls very cheerful. Om Shanti.
Kartika sister, are you saying something because we are not able to hear?
Shanti Bhaji. Now are you able to hear?
Yes.
Okay, Bhaji. Today, my takeaway point is Baba has inspired us to do more, increase the time of yoga, to increase the practice of values, that is dharana, and also to do seva also to increase, and also replace the word tension by adding a to it, attention. So by doing that, we can increase the time, I think so. Om Shanti.
Yes. So we say that we have a tension. When we have one tension, we say we have a tension. But when we join it together, it becomes a tension. And when there is a tension, then the tension goes away.
Om Shanti. My Baba has also said that we need to become intense effort maker by constantly increasing our enthusiasm. And we can increase our enthusiasm by being lost in experience throughout the day. Om Shanti.
Yes, how wonderfully Baba said, being lost in that experience rather than getting lost, not having a focus or a direction, not that lost. What we call in Hindi as mantra mukh. You're so much intoxicated by the bliss of the world that we all are in. Yes, Inder Bhai, Sukumaran Bhai, Madhuben.
Shanti Ridu. Well, actually, for last few Murlis, we have seen that Baba is telling us about self-sovereignty. So my takeaway point is to become the master of mind. I'm trying a lot. Om Shanti. So those so many points, so very good points Baba has told us, no? And first, I'll take away only one point. I'm focusing on this to become to become the master of my mind. Thank you. Om Shanti.
We don't have to actually remind ourselves. We don't need to remind ourselves when we are called by our name. If everyone has, our body has got a name, but we don't need to be reminded because that is who we are.
It's very true.
Yeah. So being only and only in that experience that this is who I am.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very true. Thank you.
So what are we going to practice today? From what Baba has told us in today's Murli, as you start your day, what is the virtue? What is the experience that all of us are going to start our duties and responsibilities and social commitments with? Who is going to be stepping out and doing what each one of us is doing? Like I'm stepping out with complete self-respect, irrespective of what people may be thinking or maybe feeling. I'm not going to compromise on my self-respect. At the same time, I'm also not going to be egoistic in my approach that I don't care about what they say. Rather than making them wrong, I will practice empathizing and sympathizing with them and to have acceptance of who they are rather than ridiculing them or rejecting them even in my mind. I'm stepping out as in the self-respect of being the Supreme Father's royal child. Walking, my stride is going to be like that of a deity. It's going to be a royal stride. I'm going to be calm, composed, stable as I'm doing each and everything. Even if a challenging situation is going to come, I'm going to be dealing it with grace. This is the practice that I'm taking on today. What about y'all? Is everyone going to practice silence today? Yes, Apurva Ben, Rakhi Ben.
Om Shanti. What I'm going to be practicing for today is Baba's mentioned in today's Murli, and he's mentioned it very clearly that it's not about being a yogi sometime, but a constant yogi. And the access to that is every task, everything that I'm doing in remembrance. So even when I'm speaking here as an Nimit soul, given this role to share what I'm going to be taking on. So every task is Baba's task, and I'm doing that as an Nimit soul. That's the practice I'm going to be taking on to become a Nirantar Yogi. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. So, my biggest takeaway from today's Murli is starting the day right from Amrit Vela, being in the awareness of all the attainments and being a Nirantar Yogi. Thank you.
Okay, so Apurva Ben, can we have some light music where we can do a short meditation?
Yes, brother.
Just keep everything that is there around you, on you, all the thoughts that you may have. Just keep everything aside and get seated into a stable state. Calm face, shoulders relaxed, a gentle divine smile, and you're breathing in the fresh air of being a master, almighty authority. You're seated in the seat of being in that position. Let's visualize how our day is going to be, how we're going to create our day. As you step out to complete your duties, your responsibilities, your social commitments, look who is doing all of that. Is it the body consciousness you? Or is it that Supreme Father's supreme child. What are your facial expressions? What is your body language? What are your thoughts? How is it that you are gracefully seeing the situation and getting the task done? How is it that you're speaking to someone whose state of mind is not elevated? What is your state of mind as you're dealing with challenges, with unexpected things that are showing up? Are you going to be disturbed? Are you going to be stressed? Are you going to be irritated? Are you going to be in any tension? Or are you going to be relaxed? You're going to be in a tension. And you're going to do that as you're doing a service, as you're doing a seva. What is going to be your level of acceptability with the non-acceptable things around you? Are you going to pass your day with an intention to contribute to each and every soul that you come in contact with today, whether known or unknown? Who are you? Are you a master, almighty authority? Say to yourself, I am a master, almighty authority. मैं माँ हूँ. Ma is someone who takes care of everyone. And who you are is Ma, M-A-A, Master, Almighty Authority. Thank you, Baba, for this title. Thank you, Baba, for that position. Thank you, Baba, for making a part of this divine family. Om Shanti. Thank you, everyone. See you all tomorrow morning at 5:30.
Om Shanti. Thank you.